Welcome to the Auburn Medical Group YouTube live stream, the entertaining medical live stream where viewers can ask real-time questions of real medical doctors. And here are our hosts, Dr. Mark Vaughn and Dr. Gwen Vaughn.
Welcome to the Auburn Medical Group live stream with Dr. Gwen.
Hey, that's me.
Dr. Mark, and Mr. Ed, and Holly.
Hey.
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Ed. Thank you for joining us.
And Teresa says hi. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
Teresa was talking about hydration before we got started.
Wow. Teresa commented on my blog post and said she was really excited about today's
Really excited because,
video.
oh my goodness, I'm
all
getting all
ears.
sorts of stuff here. Should I read text messages from Dr. Cerny? Especially when they have to do, I'm pretty sure he's telling a patient's name there, but oh no, he doesn't see patients
He
anymore.
doesn't see patients,
So yeah, it wouldn't be a HIPAA violation when I say that he met one of my cousins or one of my nephews. Your cousin.
my cousin.
My nephew, your
Yes.
cousin. No, we'll get to Dr. Cerny's text messages, the retired Dr. Cerny's text messages in a bit. Probably not on the show though. But speaking of, what am I holding out?
Speaking of what?
did you
Speaking
know-
of caffeinated or drinks that can cause migraines,
Or
chocolate, or where are we going with this?
caffeinated beverages can cause migraine,
Or sometimes help with them.
okay. So did you notice how I positioned it there?
Just out of range.
Just the tip.
Just okay.
Okay. So what I'd like to talk about is before the show started, can you show us, Holly, before the show even got on the internet, what our analytics show us from YouTube about this program? I mean, this she's showing us all sorts of comments
that was
are
a
going wild here.
preview.
Okay, so even before we go live streaming, we've already lost 4 subscribers.
What?
With this episode.
Talking about migraines.
We don't even go on and we're already losing people just from the thumbnail.
I mean, last time we were actively telling people to unsubscribe, so.
Okay, yeah,
So
and we
for
continue that.
for a lesson in destroying a YouTube channel, tune in to. Wait.
If you are like that patient or that, actually it wasn't a patient, it was a commenter. If you're like that commenter who makes it very clear you don't like our material, please don't subscribe to our channel.
There you go.
It's as simple as, right, Mr.
That's right.
And what would we know eventually?
Time will tell.
There we go. Thank you. What's that? Is that Mr. Ed's camera? Apparently, Mr. Ed's camera says
Connected
disconnected
to
or
it,
something. I didn't. I guess if you just hand it to me, I'll take care of it. So this show is about migraine, and originally it was. I don't know if any of you caught the early, what would you call it? The reservation. Everybody sees the camera now.
Hell yeah.
We're looking at you.
Fancy. There we go.
But before it was about migraine, it was titled clickbait, and it just had a picture of a mouse, and then we changed it to the. And we don't mean to pick on Ghirardelli. It's just that was a picture of something that either triggers or helps to treat migraine.
Of course, it was me.
With a picture of Dr. Gwen, since he's.
I had a chocolate shake. All right. I don't think you got. I don't think you got anything at Ghirardelli's. You were very good.
Really? That night?
I think so.
He got a migraine from Ghirardelli's
No,
chocolate shakes?
I did not get a migraine.
Okay.
He just needed something to show that some people would have a migraine after indulging.
Some people will. Others treat it with the caffeine and the chocolate.
So here's a bunch of howdies, you guys.
Oh,
Howdy.
good.
Okay, cheese apparently is Bianca's
Oh, yeah. Some
trigger, and then Candace
Aged
Curtis
cheese.
says popcorn is a trigger. MSG
Popcorn.
sends her,
MSG. Nah, got it.
and then Candace again says aged cheese.
Yep. Hey, that's what I just said.
There you go. Yeah.
Bianca, electric lights start my migraines. The lights in a hospital, supermarket are the worst. Dark and silence is what I need when it happens.
That can do it. These sound like migraines.
Olga
So
says,
the first problem is a lot of people will come in and say, hey, I've got these migraines, and they describe something that's not a migraine, just like a tension headache. Like,
Well,
it's
because
like, I got this migraine. It's
They think migraine is a synonym for headache.
for headache, right. So that's
is
the
not the
first
case.
clarification. A migraine is a very specific type of headache.
Sometimes it's not even a headache.
Oh, that's true. You don't always get the pain with it. You are correct. But often.
Not to be too interruptive here,
But
but Bianca says
It's
you're an
still not
hour
working.
early.
Okay, there you go.
Bianca says you're an hour early.
We're an hour early.
Time will tell.
oh, you need to enter your
Time will tell.
It's still not working. I don't know.
So the deal with an hour early.
Anyways,
I'm so sorry.
An hour
We
early.
live in a place with this thing
That's
where
right.
it changes what hour it is.
That's funny.
For how many months of the year?
Let's see.
It's less now than it used to be. So they call it daylight savings, where they change the time.
We go an hour into the future, just for the heck of it.
Just so that in the fall we can go the other direction. And we live in a
Reverse
place where they have that. So if we were to be like the parts of the world that don't observe this daylight savings, we would be an hour off from everybody around us in our
Right.
area.
So we like Arizona.
Like parts of Arizona.
Supposedly it's for farming. It
I
gives the
guess.
farmers a longer day.
Supposedly.
Why can't
It's
why can't the farmers
bit
just
rude.
get up an hour earlier?
Why does
They
the
do get
time
up
work?
early, but they can be daylight longer.
The day. We're not going to change how long the daylight's going to be.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
All right. Boy, you have lines on your shirt, Dr. Gawain.
I do. Is that dancing lines?
Ocular migraines.
Ocular migraine. We will
I'm gonna
talk about
cause a migraine with my shirt. In some
That's your
people.
strategy.
Oh
Okay.
man, I'm sorry.
We were talking about that earlier. Yes, that, okay.
Kathy Hernandez says twice a year is when that changes.
Oh
so
man,
So yeah,
that's fairly infrequent.
so we will get back to our regular time in the fall.
Yeah. Wait.
Before he speaks any more about migraine or ocular migraine or any of the above, we're going to let you know that you can get the whole readout of this at drgreenknight.com, link in the description.
Ooh, sweet. Yeah, check that out. I know the guy who wrote that.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
yeah, so that's what we decided to do it on because I wrote about migraines. So where to get started?
So you already said headache and migraine
What is
are
a
not
migraine?
synonymous, that sometimes you can have the head pain with it.
Right.
And you talked about triggers a little bit, and our viewers have talked about triggers. Sorry.
Yeah, and you guys kind of hit the list there. MSG, aged cheese. You didn't. We hit the caffeinated drinks, alcohol, wine specifically. Those could be
Is it
common
like
triggers.
tyramine containing cheeses and wine? Is that what it is?
Sure.
Kind of like things
I
that
think
set
that
off the
might be Yeah.
MAO inhibitors?
Yeah.
Monoamine oxidase.
The
inhibitors.
so what is? Let's play a game. Hey, it's everybody's favorite game.
What's our favorite?
What is your?
We don't do that on YouTube.
What?
Not that.
So.
Not our favorite game. This is public.
Gosh.
Gee, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking everybody's favorite game.
not my favorite game.
Name those symptoms. So, what is your most unusual presenting symptom or symptoms of a migraine?
Okay,
There you go.
write in. Those are watching on the
Oh, I
live
was
stream.
asking you, but hey,
Oh,
write in.
Okay.
As doctors, we see it also.
Me-
we
me
maybe have a
personally?
little more experience. Sure. Oh,
Okay.
I have experienced your migraines.
You've
I was there
experienced
when
me
you
having it. Yeah.
exactly.
Which thankfully had no headache whatsoever. It was this isolated ocular, or I've heard it referred to as optic, although I think ocular is probably more
Yeah.
the correct term. Where you see an area of it's. I wish I could those of you who do video work know what zebra stripes are. Mr. Ed, did you ever have zebra stripes when you were in television?
I don't remember that. No,
Okay,
I
so-
Is it something
on-
like my shirt?
On some video cameras, they'll. It is
Ooh,
kinda-
look at it dance.
Well, I don't know if they see what we see. 'cause
I know,
we got a
they
special
probably
filter on
don't
that.
have the-
But the zebra stripes are moving diagonal black and white alternating lines that you can set a video camera, for example, to apply to areas of the image that are overexposed or exposed
yeah.
above a certain amount of lumens, and that will kind of shimmer in part of the screen. You know, okay, that's a specular highlight from sunlight reflecting off of a car or something like that, and you can adjust your camera according to that. Well, that sort of appearance, I'll have that in part of my vision, this shimmering, and it won't be in the central vision necessarily, or maybe it is, and after a while, it changes shape or size, but it's hard to tell if it's not right in the center of your vision because every time you try to look at it, it moves, kind of like floaters. And it'll get bigger and bigger, and the inside of it, I have no vision in that. The first time it happened, I was watching television. I think I was watching Castaway, and I noticed I could not see the features of Tom Hanks' face as I was watching. And it was the strangest thing because I was looking and I could not see what I was looking at. Everything else was in my vision, but not what I was looking at. And it was really subtle because if I looked away a little bit, then the face came back in my peripheral vision. And then after a panicked phone call to an optometrist, it went away without the headache. So that's kind of this ocular migraine, this premonition or this aura that will come before premonitory symptom that people will sometimes have with a migraine and maybe not have the headache.
Right.
And it's kind of strange to have that happen.
It can
to
be
have
strange.
this weird thing happen in your vision, and then it goes away and you're fine.
Right.
So that was my weird thing personally that I had. Thankfully, just 3, maybe 4 times ever.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody write in with their strange symptoms or
I can tell you that
presentation?
I think I've only had one migraine, and it was in Lake Tahoe. Well, I think it was triggered by the elevation. I was up there, and it was actually on a youth group youth group trip. I guess we wouldn't call it a field trip if you're in your youth group. But we were up there, and oh man, it was miserable, like throbbing side of my head. I felt like I just wanted to throw up, and I just had to go lay down while everybody's out having fun on Lake Tahoe. It was miserable, but fortunately it resolved. It took a while.
Interesting
an hour
experience because you
but
remember
only once. I don't really get migraine, so it was weird.
You remember that one I had on the coast?
On the trip, yeah. When we
And
were
it
on
may
the
have been a
coast.
similar
That's the one I was
situation
thinking
where
of,
there's a lot of heat during the day if
Sure.
you're out.
Yeah.
And maybe getting a little sunburn and light reflecting off of the water.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
If you're at Tahoe or if the snow, if you're in the winter. And
Yeah.
for me, it was the ocean at that place. We
Sure.
went on that vacation that one time. Whew, awful. But what's the good news about it? About that one you experienced, about the ones I used to have? What?
They resolve. They go away.
Not only that the individual headache did, but the tendency to have it when people get older, sometimes they
it
go
does.
away. It's
You're
the most
right.
wonderful thing.
People can
To not-
grow out of them. Yeah. This kind of
Adults. This isn't a kid thing necessarily.
Wow.
Doctors, thank you for another informative session. Auburn Medical Group is located in Auburn, California, USA. Thank you for participating. Please tell a friend and join us again next week.